And so the next lesson that you dealt with talks about the missional church, or the missional or missional church. Can a church be Christ-centered and not be missional?
You cannot be truly Christ-centered and not be missional. Because to be Christ-centered is to look at Jesus with heart, soul, and mind, and to imitate everything that we see. And when we see Jesus in his mission to the world, in his commission to his disciples to go to all the world, to not be missional is to be disobedient to the Great Commission. It's to be disobedient to our call to be disciples of Christ. The two go together, they go hand in hand.
So how does this topic or lesson fit into the overall effort to educate the church about the 10-point vision of the church, and why did you choose to include this in this series of lessons?
Well, like I said a while ago, the overall goal, the overall intent is to cultivate a Great Commission church. And a Great Commission church is a missional church. There are different pronunciations. I say missional. And missiology is really the study of the art of going. That God was on a mission when he sent Christ into the world. God looked around the whole creation and wanted to find somebody that would be worthy enough to be the sacrifice to redeem lost mankind. And his only choice was his Son, Jesus Christ. Jesus came into the world, for God sent his only Son into the world. He sent him on a mission. That's missiology. And those of us who understand that God has always been on a mission will understand that we are to be on a mission. And as we understand our mission, we become more and more missional in our approach to the gospel. And so that's what missiology is all about. And it's a concept that's out there in broader Christianity, one that I'm hoping, I know it's in here too to a certain extent, because I know a number of our leaders who talk about missiology, but hopefully this lesson teases our thinking in terms of the whole concept of becoming, by intention, a church that doesn't just talk about the gospel, doesn't just give money so people can go to the mission field, but a church that is committed to going. And that's really, basically, missiology.
What are some of the practical things that a church can do to be more on mission, or to do what you just kind of described?
Well, I would say that if we want to make our churches more missional, we need to begin to work missiology, work missions, work evangelism into the core activities of our church. Pastors need to be preaching about going, about missions, about the gospel. It needs to become a regular part of our diet in the pulpit. The leaders need to be sharing their faith. We need to be encouraging people to share their faith. We need to plan events that motivate and move people more and more toward the unsaved. And as we do that, it'll become one of our core values. And as it becomes a core value, then we're no longer speaking about it in terms of our hope and dream for the future, our vision for the church we're going to become, but it becomes the church we are.